Today we will explore common stereotypes about Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z. We will debunk these myths, reveal the true human motivation behind each generation, and demonstrate how they can collaborate by leveraging their shared strengths. By the end, you will have strategies to promote a more cooperative, positive, and efficient workplace that spans generations. So let's go, and I would like to share the agenda for today. So first, I would like to identify the stereotypes about Gen X, Millennials, or Gen Z. Then, dispelling stereotypes and exploring generational motivations that matter. Afterwards, I'll be highlighting shared generational values. The fourth and one of the major parts in this presentation is the different approaches of these generations towards work ethic, loyalty, technology use, feedback styles, leadership, and skill building. Finally, I would like to give some strategies or takeaways from this presentation, and I'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Before we start, let's talk about iSpring. We are a company that creates learning solutions to help organizations enhance skills in teams, encourage collaboration, and support ongoing growth for all people of all ages. Our product are globally used by companies looking to create training programs that suit a varied span of workforce of various ages, enabling every generation to engage, learn, and contribute effectively. And this is what I'll be talking about today. Our iSpring Learn LMS is a tool to design or make it easy to design learning programs that resonate across generations, ensure training is flexible and effective, and align with a diverse workforce. Our LMS platform powers the entire circle of effective corporate training, from creating engaging content to streamlining delivery and collecting insightful reports. Even those who are using an LMS for the first time can use iSpring Learn from very first day, and it's very easy and hassle-free. Anyway, uh, let's begin. First of all, I would like to give us a quick idea about generations. Basically, it is an attributed behavior based on the birth date of a person, of a group of people. Neil Howe and William Strauss, in their book Generations, The History of America's Future, 1584 to 2060, the work highlights how societal events like wars, economic shifts, and technological advancement shape attitudes and behaviors of people. Later on, we started giving names to these generations. The baby boomers, they were born after World War II. They were first named generation. Then came Gen X. Gen X is a generation who was born between 1965 and 1980. Given these names because they seemed a bit different from the previous generations. And this is why the X, they are mysterious. Millennials, they were born between 1981 and 1996. They got their name from growing up around the 2000s. This is a generation that witnessed the shift from the traditional approach to workforces to the digital era. While the Gen Z, they are the people who were born after 1997, and they grew up basically with the technology already developed. They are basically named as the generation of native technology. Today, we'll dive deeper and discuss in details those attributions and labels, not to put people in boxes, but to see beyond stereotypes and appreciate the unique strength each generation brings to the workplace. And here, it is very important to say that the last thing I want to do here, or we want to do here, is to reinforce these ideas. We've taken these examples from our own research and sources such as US News and World Report. And these stereotypes inclusion absolutely does not mean iSpring endorses these ideas. In fact, we're all about dispelling these prejudices, and considering the universal human motivations behind some of these generational trends. Only then we can focus on how to use some of these motivations to create healthier and more productive teams. This understanding set the stage for today's discussion, moving beyond stereotypes to explore the strengths of each generation that it brings and how you can combine them to create a more collaborative workplaces. So let's dive in and let's start with the first approach, which is related to work ethic. Gen X is often portrayed as overly focused on work and very rigid. They prefer the 9 to 5 traditional working hours. Millennials, on the other hand, they are labeled as lazy or even entitled. They are prioritizing work-life balance over hard work. Gen Z, they sometimes viewed as unwilling to commit, with strong preferences for flexibility and personal time. However, this might not be entirely accurate because there is a motivation behind each stereotype. So let's dive deeper. Many Gen X workers focus on being productive and efficient at work. They also care about having a good balance between work and personal life, and if they uh, and they prefer there's actually a good balance and flexibility in work arrangements. However, for them, stability is the most crucial thing, and they aim to work effectively under this environment, the stability environment. Millennials usually look for meaning or purpose in their tasks. They are highly motivated by opportunities to make a serious impact in their performance. Also, Generation Z, they would like to have a meaningful impact in their tasks. They want a healthy balance between work and personal life. They are ready to put the effort for the jobs that provide opportunities, and as long as they see this impact, they are ready to commit uh, to the maximum in their workplace. To summarize, all three generations they prioritize work-life balance, but they do it a little bit differently. Workplaces can boost productivity for all age groups by promoting the right approach in terms of flexibility as well as respecting the individual goals. This is done by providing options for uh, for those generations. When we give options for different work schedules, for example, or the option to work from home, adjustable working hours, setting clear, achievable goals that can help connect people from different generations and improve productivity while also considering individual needs. Here, our iSpring LMS supports flexible training schedules, empowering employees to learn and work at their best pace from any place, anytime in the world. From our work ethics, let's move to loyalty. Gen X is often perceived as loyal, but resistant to change, preferring long-term stability over adapting to new trends. This is understandable since they were born in a in a period of time without technology, and the shift happened really fast. So uh, they can be seen as resisting to change. Millennials are frequently believed to be this job hoppers with little company loyalty. They quickly move from a role to another. And Gen Z is often seen as not committed. They tend to change jobs for better opportunities instead of staying long enough to grow within the company. And this can be also uh, seen as a negative thing from the company side. However, there are reasons for that. Gen X employees, their loyalty comes from the desire for long-term stability that we talked about already. But this does not mean they resist to change. They change. The change that they do is often to secure this stability that they would like to have, and uh, they see if it is really relevant and direct to their performance, then they will do it. And the fact that they had to change in order to stay to have this competitive advantage over others. This means that they are not that much resistant to change after all, and they're often looking for environments where they can feel secure while contributing their leadership and experience. Millennials switch jobs more often, that's true, but usually because they're looking for positions that match their values, that match their expectations of career advancement. They all, their loyalty often grows in environments that offers purpose and personal development. And finally, Gen Z often look for opportunities to grow both personal and professional at work. They prefer companies that offer a clear chances for development and help them achieve a good balance between their personal and work life. So this is the reasons or the motivations behind those stereotypes. And each generation has its own way of showing loyalty, but they all appreciate workplaces. Everyone or every generation in its own from its own perspective. Uh, Workplaces that offer stability, workplaces that offer opportunity, workplaces that offer personal and professional development. Whether it is the desire for security for Gen X, the focus on purpose for millennials, or the emphasis on growth from Gen Z, creating a work environment that supports both stability and growth can be beneficial for all generations. And this is what matters the most. In order to do so, we must have a structured career development programs that include mentorship, skill building opportunities, and clear path for advancement is essential to keep those generations working together. Uh, Millennials, for example, they need this growth. Gen Z, they need to be constantly inspired, and Generation X, they're leaders by nature. So providing such a structure supports for professional growth, we can create an environment that promotes loyalty among people of all ages. iSpring Learn offers various development opportunities, such as mentorship and feedback system tailored to each generational value. On loyalty, we move to technology use, and we have some stereotypes about different generations here as well. For example, Gen X, they're often criticized for being too slow to start using new technology, which could be related to resisting to change that we previously discussed. Millennials, they depend too much on technology, and they are seen as people who cannot function without this technology. While people from Gen Z, they're too focused and even to a degree of obsession with technology, which results in lacking the interpersonal skills that they need also in order to perform well in the workplaces. However, as we already know now, every stereotype has a motivation behind it. So Gen X employees are not born into the digital age, and they had adapted well to big changes in technology at work, considering that they are not born into this digital age. Uh, they faced a hard time in adapting and acquiring this fast-paced changes that happened in the workplaces related to technology. And they managed to do so. They succeeded because they uh, implemented those changes in their the most practical and pragmatic way in order to boost their productivity. One very important aspect for Gen X, they don't overuse the technology. They use it just as much as they need it, and they always double check. The always double check is a great thing that millennials and Gen Z uh, they still lack to double check the technology. Millennials frequently use technology to make work easier and more efficient rather than depending on it too much. They appreciate technology for its role in moving the efficiency and significance of their work. Basically, in other words, they want to make the task as easy and as fast as possible. However, Gen Z is very comfortable with using technology tools and sees technology as important for communication and innovation. At the same time, they have and they appreciate connecting with people at work and aim to find a mix between the technology and interpersonal skills. I would say the second is a little less in terms of proportions. However, they still have it. They still have it. And to conclude on uh, the technology use with across generations, uh, nowadays and with the trends that we have and this technological advancement that is happening, it is only a must to see the importance of technology as a tool for productivity and collaboration, which is done by all the generations, even if they have a different view on it. So by encouraging constant learning and collaboration across generations, team can overcome differences in how they use technology and make the most of each other's skills. Turning uh, turning this technology into the best strength in our workplace needs a technology-based mentorship program uh, that should be a strong way to bring different ages and different age groups together. Millennials and Gen Z can assist Gen X in understanding new technologies, acquiring faster technology, and start implementing it um, in their the most practical way. While the wisdom and the acquired experience of Gen X can help also Gen Z and millennials to keep this uh, interpersonal and interpersonal skills. Gen X, after all, they bring long-term planning and communication. They have this value which is being uh, foregone, let's say, by other generations. And in order to make this technology-based mentorship programs, we must have a tool that supports mobile-friendly platforms that meet the needs of all tech users, from digital natives and seasoned professionals. From technology, let's move to feedback and communication. Gen X is often seen as uninterested in feedback. They prefer to work independently without much input. Just don't bother them, don't disturb them, and they will perform uh, as productive as possible. Millennials are often labeled as needing frequent praise and acknowledgement and are sometimes seen as emotionally fragile. If not praised, they will have a hard time in performing their tasks. Gen Z is assumed to need instant feedback and continual reassurance, often seen as unwilling to wait for formal reviews or feedback. Um, the motivation is a bit different. The Gen X appreciate and value feedback, but they prefer it clear, straight to the point, practical, and related to their uh, tasks. They don't like this micromanagement thing that might happen during the feedback process. And for them, it is very useful and helpful when it is directly related to their performance. Millennials, on the other hand, they appreciate feedback that helps them improve and grow, as well as uh, mm, working on organizations towards achieving mutual goals. For them, this is some sort of guidance that they're on the right track. They prefer receiving ongoing constructive feedback that supports their personal and professional growth. The more feedback they receive, the more acknowledgement they receive, the more they understand they're on the right track and they are doing the right thing. Gen Z employees sees feedback as crucial for monitoring their development and career advancement. They value receiving clear, consistent feedback that enables them to improve rapidly and stay motivated in their positions. Gen Z and millennials, in this case, they are uh, plus minus alike here from this approach. Both they want constant feedback so they can stay on track and be motivated to go further and further as well as improve their personal development. The only thing is, millennials, they have more patience. Gen Z, they want it here and now. That's the difference between those two generations. And as you can see, all three generations, they value feedback that contributes to their growth. Therefore, it is a must establishing a feedback system that can adapt to the needs of each of these generations and can encourage them uh, to continuously learn and improve across the company. In order to establish or to have uh, this continuous learning, implementing a multi-channel feedback system through formal reviews, peer evaluations, and real-time communication tools can help strike a good balance. Gen X may prefer less frequent and focused feedback to maintain their independence, while millennials and Gen Z often benefit from ongoing, constant guidance to support their growth and development. That, like I said, it helps them stay on track and understand if they're doing everything correctly, uh, the way it should be. Uh, Providing feedback through peer reviews, formal evaluations, and timely support helps meet the feedback needs of all generations. For example, an iSpring Learn through the 360 evaluation, and by the way, we do that in our company as well, uh, offer assessments from different viewpoints benefiting all employees. The system enables Gen X to maintain their desired independence with targeted feedback, specific targeted feedback, while also support the continual development that millennials and Gen Z typically seek. From feedback, I would like to move to leadership. And Gen X, for example, is often believed to be set in their ways to mentor younger employees effectively, and they're frequently seen as traditional leaders. On the other hand, millennials, uh, some people think that they lack experience for leadership, and they are uh, mostly performing in together or working together to make quick decisions. Gen Z, they doesn't have the patience and commitment needed for leadership. They prefer instant gratification over gradual progression, or at least this is the perception towards this generation in terms of leadership. Let's see the motivation and the reasons if this is accurate or not. Gen X, for example, they are natural leaders. They collected and they have a huge wealth of experience over the years and wealth of experience, practical wealth of experience. So after all, they were the bridge between the silent generation and millennials. When provided with the right framework, they can effectively mentor younger employees and contribute to leadership development. Millennials, they often lead through this collaboration. They need this collaboration to share uh, ideas and innovation, and by that, they can bring uh, highly effective contributions to the table in this way, being in leaders from that perspective. Gen Z, uh, they're they're new to the workforce and they're ambitious to learn, they're ambitious to receive knowledge, to receive experience, and they have a strong drive to lead, especially in agile and purpose-focused leadership styles. So with their knowledge with their knowledge of technology, they can also have their own form of leadership that they can maintain it very efficiently. As a conclusion to the leadership, these three generations recognize the importance of the mentorship and the leadership growth. Generation X brings valuable experience, millennials are strong in collaborative leadership, and Gen Z are strong in introducing new ideas and perspective, which makes them leaders in their own way as well. The Most interesting part is when combined, when these three generations or the leadership type of these three generations, when it is combined, it creates a strength that is the basis of a developing leadership culture. To do so, we need to uh, encourage this leadership inside of each generation. Therefore, it is important to establish mentorship programs that span across different generations and promote leadership growth at all levels and break down stereotypes. This offers a great opportunity for employees to build relationships with each other on a personal level, which is crucial for maintaining positive, uh, productive workforce environment and team spirit. Generation X can share their wisdom and expertise with other generations while gaining insights and technologies or technological skills from millennials and Gen Z. These fresh ideas could also help Gen X in order to uh, develop and grow. This approach helps develop well-rounded leaders across the organization, which is very beneficial for in order to continue performing in the most productive way. iSpring Learn, um, or generally any LMS, is must have these features in order to enable mentorship and leadership development. And iSpring Learn specifically can also can be found these features inside the LMS, and we basically use it as well as the quality assurance team, so we can empower and encourage those leaderships and our employees from different generations. Uh, and last but not least, the approach to career development and skill building. Gen X, for example, is often seen as uninterested in developing new skills. They prefer to stick with what they know, with what is established, and they are resisting to change. Millennials, for example, are often seen as people who are too focused on updating credentials, always seeking certifications or degrees, but not applying them practically in their tasks that they do in the workplace. Gen Z is often seen as very confident in their technology abilities, but may not prioritize developing broader professional skills or soft skills. The motivation behind those stereotypes is that Gen X employees tend to prefer skill building opportunities that are practical and relevant. Basically, practicality is the word that can describe Gen X. They want something practical and relevant in all their approaches, in all their um, decisions, changes, and so on. So they often welcome learning that directly improves their performance. They may not they may not actively look themselves for the training or for career development, but if they see something useful that would help them in their tasks, they will definitely uh, take this training and do this step in order to work more efficiently. Millennials usually seek clear chances for personal and professional growth. They are the generation who are willing to uh, undergo so many courses, so many trainings in order to keep on growing. They're driven by opportunities that match their career goals and appreciate learning that provides both credentials and practical skills. And here I would like to say credentials, the satisfaction that they feel, and the boost of self-esteem that they have. One thing that they might encounter in this approach that sometimes the demand in the market uh, mm, or the supply, sorry, in the market for different training programs or different programs for development is huge. And sometimes with this passionate approach to constant growth, they might lose a bit focus on what can be really practical to their work, and they might undergo some trainings that might not be as relevant as it should be. Generation Z focuses on tech proficiency and innovative skills, but they also value advices on how to apply those skills in different situations. They are highly adaptable to change and new things, but they also benefit from learning experiences that connect their technical knowledge to career development. In other words, they try to help to use the technology in order for them to help perform their tasks. However, they are interested in doing the career development in order to control this process of using the technology in order to do those tasks. So they also value career development, but from their own perspective, from their own personal experience, and let's say even from their own situational circumstances, uh, which are basically related on how they were born. Uh, so all three generations know how important it is to keep learning and to keep acquiring new skills, specifically in the nowadays where skills and upskilling is a very important uh, thing to do in order to keep on advancing in your career. Gen X likes to learn by doing practical tasks. Millennials want a mix of formal and hands-on learning, and Gen Z prefers learning about or through technology and innovation. To meet the needs of all these groups, it's helpful to combine technical training with real-life practices. This is done by providing various learning options like hands-on workshops, online tools, and interpersonal skills training uh, that can engage employees at all levels. Emphasizing continuous growth ensures that everyone, regardless of age or career stage, can enhance their skills and make a valuable contribution. By this, uh, we are done with the different approaches that generations have or different aspects in the workplace. And I would like to talk more a bit uh, the connection or how our products can connect everything we discussed to the principles behind iSpring Suite and iSpring Learn. At iSpring, we understand that Gen X, Millennials, and Gen Z all learn and work in different ways. That's why our tools are designed to bridge and to link and to be the connection between these differences, creating an environment where all generations can collaborate and grow. iSpring Suite, for example, empowers you to create engaging training that helps diversify learning preferences from interactive courses and quizzes to video tutorials and simulations. It allows you to build professional grade learning materials that capture the attention of tech-savvy Gen Z while providing structured formats that align with the needs of Gen X and millennials. iSpring Learn complements this by offering a robust, user-friendly platform to deliver and manage training for your entire workforce. With tools like 360-degree feedback, on-the-job training, real-time support, and customizable learning path, iSpring Learn ensures that every generation is supported. Gen X, in this way, gains stability with structured development. Millennials find purpose through opportunities for growth, and Gen Z enjoys engaging, flexible learning experience tailored exactly to their tech-savvy expectations. Uh, Together, iSpring Suite and iSpring Learn break down generational for your team and enhance collaboration across all career stages. Book a free demo with our e-learning experts today. Simply follow the link in the bottom left corner to get started. Meanwhile, I would like to move to one of the last parts of my presentation, which is some ideas on how to support uh, collaboration, how to support a workplace environment that um, benefit benefit the most from all the strength of all those generations when they are working together or combined together. First things, encourage cross-generational mentorship. This is very important. Pair senior generation X employees with millennials and Gen Z. Let them exchange experience and knowledge while younger employees can provide tech skills and new work methods. These mentorships promote and enhance mutual respect and teamwork. Leverage technology for collaboration. Use tools that make communication easier for everyone, such as project management platforms or collaborative software. Make sure that millennials and Gen Z who are good with technology assist and transfer the knowledge to Gen X so they can also benefit from uh, this opportunity. Third, create flexible work environments. Giving employees options, or I would like to say freedom, which is one of the most important values right now um, in general, is very important. This sense of freedom is very important to feel it. And when employees are free to pick their work hours or location, as well as they can set up or at least be involved in setting up um, setting up tasks or objectives that they need to achieve will be really beneficial and will give them the boost and motivation in terms of task completion and productivity. The fourth thing is promoting a purpose-driven projects. Remember that Gen Z and millennials, they are people who would like to see purpose behind their work. So bringing teams for projects that have a true meaning, true purpose, and a clear end goal that will reach a specific result is crucial in order to have a productive work environment. This resonates with all generations, and this is why they can relate from their perspective, each from their perspective. For Gen X, it is practical. For millennials and for Gen Z, it is a purpose. Combined together, they will definitely reach the end result. And by the way, iSpring Suite helps craft training aligned with company goals and values uh, while uh, driving for a certain purpose and tasks, helping and driving the purpose and tasks. Uh, the first thing is to develop continuous learning programs. Staying in one place is not helpful for anyone. So providing training options for all employees is very beneficial and keeps them motivated. Generation X may need to update their skills, may need to get information about technology uh, to see what is being innovative in the market, and this they can get from millennials and Gen Z. Uh, Millennials, for example, on the other hand, they do well with leadership training, and Gen Z benefit from programs that help them at the start of their careers. Ongoing learning helps keep everyone interested and uh, progress in the workplace. iSpring Suite uh, as well allows you to create diverse training formats like micro-learning, leadership models, and tech skill refreshers to cater to each generation's need. With iSpring Learn, you can schedule and track ongoing programs for continuous development. Uh, Last but not least, the channels for feedback or recognition should be done in a systematic way, or at least have a system that works for everyone. Generation X might like specific, not so often formal, let's say, yearly reviews. Millennials and Gen Z prefer consistent and continuous feedback, so and acknowledgement, so they can stay on track, and the mix of feedback can help everyone to stay focused and be on the right track to complete a common goal or to reach a common goal. Finally, one thing from me, uh, implement multi-generational teams. The mix and different, sorry, mixing the different ages and groups and teams can help a lot. They can share their knowledge, they can share their experience, they can share their ideas, they can share their innovations, and this is that will help uh, reach or take the most out of the strengths that each generation has, which we started the presentation with. By this, I would like to thank you all for exploring with me the unique values and strengths of all generations. And I would like to say that together we can create workplaces where everyone thrives. Thank you so much for your attention, and I'm happy to answer your questions if you have any.
Daniel,
Yes.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. That was very interesting. And I'm sure the audience benefited from the information you provided. Well, basically, they reacted to it. There were a couple of interesting comments about the importance of this topic. For now, there are no questions. And please chat, write any questions you have. We have 5 minutes around that. If you have questions, Daniel will be answering them. And meanwhile, Daniel, I have one question for you.
Sure.
Since you are a team lead in quality control and
Mhm.
quality and learning, and as you know, we have more than 500 employees at iSpring. How do you deal in your department when you prepare materials for different generations at our company? And did you like face any challenges while doing so?
First of all, thank you for all your interactions. I didn't have the opportunity to see them since I was presenting the PowerPoint, but thank you, and I hope it was really beneficial. To answer your question, Aladdin, yes, we do. We actually consider the things that were mentioned in the presentation in order to prepare content. For example, we use the 360 learning for the feedback. We use it more often for millennials and Gen Z. Gen X, we do it technically and we structure it a little bit differently so they get it directly related to their performance. In terms of type, content type, and how we created them, Gen Z, like we mentioned, they might lose focus if some content is long or large. So we try to create it as entertaining as possible and as short as possible in this micro learning system. Gen X, for them, they want it traditionally a content where, for example, you have everything gathered. So yeah, of course, we tend to consider all the aspects and approaches that generations have.